Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Senior Night here at Coley Field at Peabody Veterans Memorial High School. Tonight, we have our Peabody Tanners playing against the Beverly Panthers. And before we get started with the game, we'd like to honor our 2023 seniors this evening. You can see them lined up here on the field. And first up, we'd like to congratulate Ryan Alves, senior, number 7. Tonight, he's greeted by his family members, his father Francisco and his mom Rosa. Excellent. Next up, we've got Connor Anizis with his mom Janine, dad Steve, sisters Sophia and Lily, and significant others Mia Foley and Eric DeMeo. Up next, number 5, Anthony Curcio, greeted by his dad, Chris, and his mom, Jen. Up next, we've got number 21, Josh Lewis, here with his father, Jay, and sister, Amanda. Up next, number 1, Matt Lindstrom, greeted by his dad, Eric, and brother, Ben. Up next, let's welcome back number 25, Trotman Smith, greeted tonight by his mom Tracy, his Matt dad, grandmother Karen, and 2 bros, Trevor and Tyler. Up next, number 24, J. Minnie, John Minicello. Greeted by his dad, Angelo, mom, Jody, and brother, Dominic. Up next, number 17, Nick Salvati. Here with dad Gino, mom Kim, sister Ava, and grandparents Lou and Nancy. Up next, number 22, Ashton Souza, escorted by his dad Steve, mom Jen, and sister Samantha. Next up, Mr. Vincent O'Hara, captain, greeted here this evening by his dad, I'm not going to cry, Steve O'Hara, mom Jessica, and brother Stephen. And our last senior for the 2023 class, number 11, Danny Barrett, captain, escorted tonight by his father Matt, mom Erica, brothers Jake and Ryan, and sister Maddie. Let's hear it for the class of 2023 Peabody Tanners.
No. Do you care?
No, I didn't know if this was like the lead headset.
No, there's no. I do need that though. Here, I'll switch with you. I don't care if you want that. No. A couple of them. What? No.
Matt dad instead of Trot and his dad Matt. He said Trot and his Matt dad.
I didn't even notice. Yeah, this is big. Is that what you said?
Is it going to be a game?
Yeah, it was close the first time, and we were. And Trot's been out a month.
This is Trot's first game back.
Yeah. Jim, we're good anytime you're ready. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Peabody Veterans Memorial High School, where the boys varsity lacrosse team is taking on the Panthers of Beverly. I am Matt Smith, and I'm joined in the booth, luckily, tonight by Hall of Famer and Bryant University alum, Coach Brian Mulk. Coach, thanks for joining me tonight.
Oh, Matt, thanks for having me.
It's always
I always get excited when you ask me to do these games a couple times a year. Best seat in the house.
Always a pleasure to have you in here. So, little rundown on the Tanner season thus far. Started off red hot, won 4 in a row, and then proceeded to lose 5 in a row. No margin greater than 3 goals, except for one game against Marblehead. And then went basically win-loss to get to a 7-8 record as it stands right now. Never in my life have I seen a team decimated by injuries like this Tanner's team. You had Ryan Alves, torn ACL, basically out the entire season. Nick Salvati, who was probably going to be good for 3 or 4 goals a game, torn ACL, out without even playing a game. Who else? Trot Smith out for the last month with an appendix. Aiden Haight out. This is his first game back. Broken wrist prior to the season starting. So slowly but surely the Tanners are starting to get healthy. They're taking on a Beverly team who is 9-5, has qualified for the tournament, and has been very up and down as well. They do have season sweeps against Masco and somebody else, not Marblehead. They're undefeated. I forget the other team, but they have qualified for the tournament, and they are currently ranked 29th in the power rankings. Your Tanners are currently ranked 40th, so they're going to need to get in with the 9 wins. They have Beverly tonight, Manchester Essex on Wednesday, and then the Danish Cup, which, Coach Mulk, you're going to join me Friday?
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
So the annual Danish Cup, which will be here Friday at 7 p.m. Tonight was also senior night, and all the seniors were honored tonight. Those seniors include Danny Barrett, Anthony Curcio, Josh Lewis, Matt Lindstrom, John Minicello, Vinny O'Hara, Nick Salvati, Trot Smith, Ashton Sousa, and Connor Anesis.
So would you say PB's at full strength tonight, Matt, for the first time all season? Or
they're going to be
just
at full strength as they can be. So anybody who can come back is back. So this will be a test for Anthony Curcio tonight, because James Silva, who is the face-off guy for Beverly, he's been on a tear as of late. But Anthony's been playing well as well. So this will be an interesting matchup.
This is the first time I've seen these Tanners play all year, so...
Well, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts, because they are about as Jekyll and Hyde as you can get. So Beverly wins the opening face-off, and...
Shot and a save.
Yeah, so... 8-8 with the first shot he sees of the whole season and makes a save. So, Panthers led by a couple of offensive players. One in particular, Matt Meliblocky, who's a freshman, number 21, and Gavin Lawrence, who I believe is a senior. Those are really their strong, best offensive players.
Yeah, Meliblocky looks like a big, strong kid for a freshman, Matt.
Well, there's two of them on this team. One's a sophomore, one's a freshman.
Oh.
So Beverly with the turnover. Good defense by the Tanners. Drew Lucas will play the whistle. I can't believe I just said that. Well, since we're on the subject, shout out to Drew Lucas and your alma mater, the Bryant Bulldogs, who made it to the NCAA tournament, but unfortunately lost to a tough Hopkins team yesterday.
Yeah, tough one.
But
that's postseason lacrosse, though. One and done.
Great to see Peabody alum Drew Lucas on ESPN. That was something special. Someone who knows the kid personally, it was nice to see. So Beverly turns it over, and immediately Tanners turn it over at midfield, and Beverly will set up the offense again. And another save by the sophomore goalie, who outlets to Johnny Lucas,
Peabody's got some
who
numbers
gives
here.
to Matty Betancourt, and a nice save by Colby Vaccaro, who has also had a very nice season.
Yeah, you gotta deposit that one in, in the bank.
That's
when you're one-on-one with the goalie early in the game like this, goals like that can make a difference.
That's a fake high go low, fake low go high, one of the two.
Whatever it is, it should be in the back of the net.
So I'm not quite sure if I don't know if I missed the timeout here. I don't even know who took the timeout.
Go ahead. It must have been Peabody
because they had the ball. Yep. Yep. So the Tanners with the timeout, and again, Tanners need to win 2 out of their last 3, which includes tonight, Manchester Essex on Wednesday, and Fenwick on Friday. And I think I've probably said this about 100 times this season, that Peabody can beat anybody and easily lose to anybody. It depends on which Tanners team shows up. So they've had absolutely moments of brilliance, and then other times you scratch your head and wonder what's going on here. But, credit first-year head coach Jason Marshall and his staff. They've brought a little life to the program. And
yeah, I was thinking about that, how this is this regime's first go at it with this group of kids, and then that combined with the multiple injuries you mentioned at the top of the show here. That's a challenge for any program.
Yep, and I, I give him a lot of credit. He's managed a lot of different things, getting to know the kids, coming into not sure what he had. Nick Salvati was a big hit, tearing his ACL before the season even starts, and I'm sure he was banking on him for some offense. And then, poor Matty Betancourt has pretty much had to carry the team offensively. Johnny Lucas has stepped up as of late. But this is a Tanners team that's definitely offensively challenged.
Well, I'm looking over the sidelines. I see Kiefer Heckman over there assisting. I think I see him. He is as good of a lacrosse player as we've had in this city. Played at Southern New Hampshire. Just a hell of a competitor.
Coach Foster over there as well.
Reed Foster, from a defensive toughness in between the lines standpoint, he's going to add some value. My eyes aren't good enough to see who else is over there.
So shot by Matt Meliblocky, a little wide. So one thing I will give the Tanners is, other than the Masco game and both Marblehead games, they haven't given up double-digit goals all year. So defensively, they've been pretty consistent. They just have trouble putting it in the back of the net.
Looks like they're going to ISO our short stick here.
That's Aiden Sullivan. Another nice save. And another nice save on the rebound.
It looks like this goalie, every time he makes a save, is looking right in Johnny Lucas's direction. And Johnny, to his credit, is already halfway up the field.
Yep. And we have a flag down, and if the Tanners can get control, they could have gotten a shot, but can't. But Tanners will be a man up. I'm assuming that was a slash, Coach?
Yeah, it looks like Johnny took a slash on his way up the field.
So Tanners will be up for a minute, man up for a minute. Danny Barrett will initiate the offense, and he will shoot, and it will bounce high and out. Tanners will retain possession. Danny's had a quiet, good year. That's no disrespect, just he's also added to the scoring when this offense has really sputtered.
So Peabody's extra man here, they're just in a 3-3 set. They just occasionally exchange one guy with another and hope to create some looks out of it.
And you don't often see a poll on man up, but Johnny Lucas.
His older brother did the same thing,
Yep.
didn't he? Oh, there's a goal. Top of the key.
So Anthony Betancourt. I'm sorry, Matty Betancourt gets the Tanners on the board with 7:34 left in the first quarter on a man-up situation. And that's the other thing I will say that has kept the Tanners. They've been very, very good on man-up. Very good. And they've taken advantage of those situations. So Beverly will be back at even strength. So that's
Matt, as somebody that's pretty familiar with Beverly and the sports there. So Beverly was the bar when I was this age.
Yep.
State champions in 2003.
Yep.
Under the late Coach Kaler, late great Coach Kaler.
Peter Gianolfi. Yep.
Where is Beverly Lacrosse nowadays?
Well, I think COVID wasn't good to Beverly Lacrosse. They went through they went through two coaches without even having a game played, and the head coach now, Matt Reardon, who I know personally, really stepped up when there was nobody there, and he's done a nice job this year with this group. He's got a good staff around him. If you look at the roster, they have 4 freshmen on varsity who see some playing time, and this might be a mismatch here.
Ooh, good stop by the goalie. Glued himself to that left pipe there and took away the angle. Yeah, these Beverly guys, you could tell we're 4 minutes into the game, and you can see that they're pretty well coached. They're just deliberate on offense.
So I will say that one of our strengths has not been the clear. Occasionally we look good, but occasionally we look really, really bad. So Matt Lindstrom, he needs to step up too. He's shown moments of brilliance, but he needs to start shooting more. So Danny Barrett on the ride against number 20 Brad Griffin, who is a product of Peabody Youth Lacrosse. That looks like that would be a Beverly turnover. Good play by the defense to not touch that and let it go out of bounds. Trot Smith will bring it up. Give it up to Connor Anesis. And these uniforms are tough, Coach, as it gets darker. I think that's...
the baby blues?
Yeah, I think that's Derek Collins. Yep. Derek Collins, who's had a nice sophomore year. So Anesis with the dodge at the top. Avoids. Bounces it over, but PB will retain possession. I think Matty Betancourt has been dealing with a couple injuries too, which he's played through. But there's some games you can see he's labored, but he's really toughed it out.
Just an errant pass there on the clear by Beverly.
Yeah, you got to capitalize on this.
Yeah, we got 2 shots out of the last possession. The first one was decent quality. The latter one, not so much. So I think PB should just be looking to get a quality shot here. There's one. Goalie got a piece of it.
Yep. Danny Barrett with the shot. Good shot. Score still remains 1-0 Peabody. So this is the older Meliblaki, who I think earlier I said was a 10th grader. He's an 11th grader. So Beverly, very deliberate in their offense as well. Ooh. Yep. So Peavy's going to get called for the hit in the helmet, I think, on that. A little high. Coach, give me your thoughts on yellow.
Yellow.
Slowing it down. I feel like.
Oh, the tempo call. You saying that's what the coaches yell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched a lot of high school lacrosse this year, and I feel like every team does it. It's not just Peabody.
There's, multiple purposes for it. Could be just, hey, you played a lot of defense. We want to take the air out of the ball and slow it down. Give our defense a chance to rest. Take our time, get into our sets. Could you might be using it to auto substitute some guys off and some guys on.
Yep. You think it's used too much?
I mean, at the high school level and downward, I think you get a lot of eagerness, a lot of hungry eyes once they cross the midfield, and they're, can be over eager to go to the cage or try and take it to the cage when their offense may not be set up or make a poor decision potentially. So, I mean, frankly, if I'm these coaches, if I'm trying to decide whether to say it or not, I'm probably going to say it just to play it a little safer.
Okay.
Time of possession is key too, right? So if we're playing a lot of defense, then we go down and shoot it out of bounds, and we don't have the shot backed up, and then it goes right back to the other team. When you're in that spot, sometimes you're wishing you had made the yellow call.
I also feel like high school lacrosse is screaming for a shot clock as well. I don't know. It's tough to watch these 5-4 games, and that I get it. Possession. I played in an era of basketball where there was no shot clock too, and the four corners offense. But man, is it tough to watch. So out of the timeout, I'm pretty sure Beverly called that one. Beverly would be a man up for a minute. 1-0 Tanners with 3:52 left in the first quarter.
Peabody was good on the rotation there. Yep. Fast with it. Goalie picked off a pass across the crease.
Great catch there by Jason Holden.
Here comes a flag. And
we got a flag. Jason Holden draws the tripping call. So, great call by Haight. Played by Haight, the goalie there, to intercept that pass. And the outlet went to Jason Holden about the 40-yard line. Dropped it, recovered, and then got tripped and drew the flag. So the Tanners will be, they're probably going to be even for, 20 seconds or so. So the Tanners will be man up for about 35 seconds or so. Danny Barrett will start the possession, and there's our Johnny Lucas with the long pole. who I'd love to clock and see how fast he shoots that ball with that stick.
What are we, even at 5 here for a few seconds?
Yeah, I think it's probably, there it is. So Tanners are...
Oh, and there's the shot. A little early on that shot.
Yeah, the Peabody player was just coming out of the box.
Yeah, there's probably still a good amount of time left on that penalty, too.
And we have another Beverly turnover, unable to clear out of their own end. And looks like, was that Beverly penalty only a 30-second? Because I don't see anybody kneeling. Let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. There it is, even now. So good job by the Tanners to get back on D. Slide in there. Good. So good play on the good transition defense there. Danny Barrett hustling to get back.
Peabody just went offside. The ref missed it.
Yeah.
So we'll keep our voices down up there.
Well, they miss a lot of offsides. I know it's hard. I would not want to be a referee, but
I called myself offside in my youth game yesterday, no joke.
Did the Smith kid call it on you? Was he reffing
No,
your
he
game?
was reffing the game next door. The gentleman we had wasn't looking, so dined myself out.
So good D there again. They create the turnover. Vinny O'Hara takes it over midfield, and he takes a shot to the face. I think Vinny may have sold that a little bit, but we'll get him any way we can get him. And they call a flag, and James Silva will make his way to the penalty box for the Panthers. So,
I'd like to see.
and joining us in the box today, too, is up-and-coming Peabody Lacrosse star, Julian Moak. Hi, Julian. Say hi to everybody at home. Say hi to your mother.
No.
Oh, you're killing her. She wanted to hear from you.
I'm not sure if she's tuned in to
No, she's not. The day after Mother's Day, she's not tuned into this. Danny Barrett with the shot. Colby Vaccaro with another save. You want to say hi to Mom? Okay, go ahead. Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mommy.
There you go. That's Julian Moak, everybody. Remember that name. So Johnny Lucas
Oh, there's another push in the back.
with the good pass, and not sure who that was that got pushed, but it was without possession, so Tanners will just retain the ball. Tanners are still a man up, I would say, for probably another 30 seconds or so. And this is where I wish Matty Barrett would stay more aggressive, just like that. So Matty Betancourt with his second goal of the game, 58 seconds left in the quarter with a man up. I can't tell you how many times he's scored on that. I don't know how he does it. What do you call that angle, Coach?
The
from
fade
that?
away. Yeah, when he's kind of fades away toward the pipes there.
And
He's always been an attackman going back to youth, right? He's
Yep.
always kept himself right around the crease area. I think that's where the coaches probably like him best, as opposed to shooting from the top of the box.
and I tell you, he's got to have double-digit goals from that move right there that you just saw. One-on-one, no help. He gets by. It's just the goalie. Anthony Curcio with the face-off win. And if we're giving out awards, year-long team awards.
He gets your Tommy points.
He gets that. He gets my most improved. I'll tell you, Anthony Curcio has won games for this team based on winning faceoffs. He has done some spectacular things this year. And really impressed with his work ethic and just how hard he has worked. So Johnny Lucas with the shot with about 20 seconds left. I'm not sure why we took that shot, but so the Tanners, good defense at midfield. Johnny will pick up the loose ball. Clock is winding down. We can't seem to catch it all of a sudden. But the Panthers will get called again, this time a cross check. And it looks like Brad Griffin will go to the box.
10 seconds left to go in the quarter. So Peabody might
Hold
sit
it.
on this. Yeah.
So no face-off. Is that the rule?
What's the call? Is it a minute?
I believe so. Cross-check.
Yeah. Yes, that'll be a minute. So Peabody will probably retain possession and take the other 49 seconds worth of extra man opportunity to start the second quarter.
Probably the smart move, especially when you have a face-off guy like James Silver for Beverly. So it looked like a equipment issue there with the. Oh no, is that a substitution? Nope. Nope, looked like an equipment issue. So let's see if Coach Marshall listens to you, Coach. Yep. So Johnny Lucas will run to about midfield. 4, 2, 1. There's your horn. So at the end of the first quarter, Tanners have a 2-0 lead on the Beverly Panthers, both goals by Maddie Barrett. So I know it's a small sample size, Coach.
My first quarter of high school lacrosse all spring long, which is kind of crazy. But I think the Beverly coach is over there right now talking about discipline. And they committed way too many penalties. Maybe they were just a little too excited to ruin senior night for your PP boys. But yeah, way too many penalties and careless penalties too in between the lines. They feel from the top of one box to the top of the other box on the clear, slashing people. And the PP coaches are over there. I think and hope they're just talking about shooting the ball a little better.
Yeah,
I think both teams wish could have shot the ball a little better in the first quarter.
And I also want to mention Antonio Anzalone, who was the de facto backup goalie up until tonight. Had never played goalie before. Was a long pole all through youth and last year. He's a sophomore, and stepped into that role. And I'll tell you what, he did a heck of a job. He had some spectacular saves and really did a nice job for this team when they had literally nobody to take that position. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to him. A lot of kids actually have stepped up. Ty Higgins played a lot and filled in admirably with all these injuries. Mikey Ryan, Jaden Kritikos, who I think is also injured, but did a lot of good things at the start of the season. So
it's one of the great things about the sport too is there'll always be a place in the field for you, and if your coaches can help find the right place for you. For example, if you're like an athletic kid that maybe came from the football program, you can come in and contribute right away as a defensive midfielder. Right? If you got good length and good hands, you could maybe be an attackman or.
Yep, and to your point, Ryan Alves, who's a senior, came out for lacrosse for the first time today. Was a soccer player, star in the soccer field, and he played a couple of games at defensive midi and was fantastic. And never played the game before, but he's just an athlete. Yep. And he was a huge loss, tore his meniscus, knee injury. So yeah.
What's probably a great thing for Peabody? I'm just thinking about this now. One of the assistants over there, Matty Sharon. He was the trainer here.
Oh, yes.
Right? So
yes.
I'm sure he's helpful with all these injuries you're talking about.
And as a veteran of the armed services, he is quite the motivator, says my son.
Matty's a great kid. And that was a great shot by Matty Betancourt.
Yep. High stick side, Matty Betancourt from about the 25-yard line to push the lead to 3-0 Tanners over the Panthers earlier in the second quarter. And turns out, Coach Marshall, good decision. Don't go to a face-off. Start with the ball, and it paid off. Matty Betancourt with the snipe.
And I'm sure they told Matty the minute they figured out that Nick Salvati wasn't going to be available this year. I'm sure the coaches amongst themselves, but we got to double the amount of shots that Matty gets over the course of a game.
I believe that's true, and I think Matty could have taken even more shots than he did. So we do have a flag down. It's going to be against the Tanners. The Panthers are just running through people here. And relatively new rule, it's you can fumble the ball as long as you're sort of retaining possession on a flag down. It used to be the second it hit the ground, it was a blown whistle.
It's the other team can't pick it up,
right,
and effectively take away your opportunity to get a real possession. Until the other team picks it up, it's still your ball as far as the ref is concerned.
So the Tanners will be man down for the second time in the first half here. I think if my memory serves me right, they created a turnover the first time when they were man down. So let's see if they're able to do that again.
I like the spots that Coach Marshall has this extra man unit in. You got big Trot down there with the big left hand against the right-handed attackman. And then Johnny up high on the right-handed midfielder. As I say that, of course, the goal's being scored from the other half of the field.
Yep. So Panthers get on the board first with a goal by Matt Meliblocky, who has been pretty impressive this year for the Panthers as a ninth grader, as a freshman. Hard shot, tall, lanky.
Yeah, these last two goals have been up top, right, by the
yep.
goalie's ears, and all the shots that weren't going in
bounce
so far in this game. Yeah, they were. The coaches always tell you, since you can pick up a stick, shoot the ball low, bounce the ball.
So we have a procedure call there. So Tanners get possession, and Johnny Lucas with the shot from about the 25, which goes high and left.
You know what, though, Matt? I think he saw the attackman sitting back there, backing up the shot, so I think he knew he could waste the bullet there.
Yeah, so big difference this year is consistently Tanners have had somebody at the X and have retained possession a lot on shots, which that's a relatively new thing. Looked like that could have been another flag hit to the head. That is a pass, so the Tanners will keep possession. Johnny Lucas will trot back to defense and switch places.
Johnny Lucas really wanted to get his hands free and shoot that
yes,
one.
Yes, he did. But he will yield to Derek Collins. So Danny Barrett will initiate the offense from the top of the crease. Switch hands.
Ooh.
Connor Anise, with the drop pass. And Beverly will quickly go upfield and slow it down. Tanners, of course, back to even strength. So Meliblocky will try and work again. He retreats. He has Derek Collins on him. Good D there by Smith. Gavin Lawrence from Beverly has been pretty quiet thus far, too. I don't think he even has a shot, and I think he's their leading scorer. Panthers are very young, especially on offense.
Yeah, there's not many grade 12s here on the stat sheet.
No. In fact, there's only 4 seniors on this Panthers team.
Johnny on the slide.
Yep.
Well, pass is picked off.
Good D. This is where we kind of get ourselves into a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, that was a good defensive possession, though. They all had
Yep.
their sticks up into the inside.
This is kind of what we do. We force the issue there a little bit. This is where we missed Cam Collins from last year, who was a one-man clear.
maybe get the attack a little bit more involved there on the live ball clear.
Yeah, well, don't talk to Coach Lucas about that. Oh. So I don't know if that was a pass or a shot, but it ended up in the goalie's stick. Johnny Lucas will turn it over on a check by Matt Malablocky. Mason Simpson with the hard press. He loses the ball. And we're going to have a push in the back, but the Tanners retain possession. So Johnny Lucas will try this again. So Johnny's shot is wide, but it was backed up. So the Tanners will keep possession. Couple of substitutions, which is the delay in the whistle. Still waiting on, I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. Oh, Tanners are a man up. It looks like Panthers have a man in the penalty box on a knee. Let's count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So the Tanners will be a man up here for a minute. And we'll look to work the ball here and get a good shot, hopefully. Didn't see what the penalty was, Coach, but I didn't even see a flag thrown. Matty with the shot from the high crease there, but a relatively easy save by the Beverly goaltender. But it's immediately intercepted by Matty Betancourt again.
Ooh. He had Holden inside there for a second.
Yeah, I think that's Danny Barrett, who was double teamed. And they time out.
Coach saves the day with a timeout.
Yep. Tell you what, as you know, I'm a basketball guy, but timeouts used very different in lacrosse than they are in basketball. Mm-hmm. It's actually a great tool. You see somebody in trouble just like that, bang that timeout, and you.
Coach Kemp Holden was the best at using his timeouts. He really was.
Does he?
Yeah.
And then was he the best at letting you know why he had to call that timeout in the huddle?
No, not so great at that.
No, not good.
Kev was great at all of it. I was thinking about earlier the struggles you were talking about with Peabody's clear. Particularly a live ball clear, like when the goalie has it or, the ball just goes down and on our end, then they try and clear it out. It's tough for teams to get good at that.
Yeah.
Because there's not, in the binders of drills that these coaches have, there aren't too many clearing drills. Like, there's not as many as shooting drills and passing drills.
I seem to remember a youth coach once who had a clear where they substituted and the kids came right out of the box and they just threw it right to the box, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, if you can work the substitution game at the youth level, not a lot of people are going to be able to hang.
Pretty sure that coach was you. I remember seeing Trevor Smith coming out of the box and just get the clear right there and going. So, yeah, I get it. It's hard, but if you have an effective clear, man, that is what a weapon. So, with 6:36 left in the second quarter, Peabody up 3-1. Teams are at even strength here. Tanner's called their second time out of the half, I believe, as Danny Barrett had gotten himself into a little bit of trouble there behind the net. Matty Betancourt in his favorite spot gives it up to Barrett. Shot by Anesis, who... Oh, what a play! What a play So Matt Lindstrom, goalie, comes out of the crease. He checks him from behind, picks up the ball, and throws it into an empty net. Great play by Matt Lindstrom. One of the seniors honored at senior night tonight. So Tanners push their lead to 4-1 after a great play by Lindstrom. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I missed it. I'm not going to lie to you. I was looking down at my sheet to see who number 31 was on the shot, and I missed the goal.
So goalie was walking the ball up, and Matt Lindstrom came up behind him. As soon as he stepped out of the crease, hit his stick from behind, and the rest is on the scoreboard. So another great save there by Aiden Haight.
And for this Peabody team, just comparing them to some teams that I've seen when I've called these games with you in recent years, when you don't have a go-to attackman like you had with Jack Holden, it doesn't just affect the number of goals you score game to game, but like on the clear, once Johnny just crossed here, he could just throw it to Jack,
yep.
Right? Now I think without those type of players down there, I think they're subject for other turnovers.
Yeah, between COVID and Jack Holden's his injury there,
yeah,
you would be talking about him as one of the all-time greats. I don't know how many people got to see him, but at his height, he was so smooth, so creative. Now playing at Western New England, and actually just lost Saturday in the NCAA Division III tournament to Union. But Jack Holden, sophomore season, great year at Western New England.
70-point season.
Yeah, multiple 5-goal games, 6-goal games as a sophomore. Spent most of the freshman year rehabbing from a knee injury. But yeah, he was the definition of go-to. So, most lacrosse teams have 2.5. Peabody has used both, and I think this last time out was called, obviously, by the Panthers. So, both teams, I think, have used both of their timeouts for the half. They'll have 2 more in the second. Tanner's holding on to a 4-1 lead here with 5:17 left in the first half. Pretty good defensive battle. Panthers have been bit by the turnover bug a little bit, and some key turnovers that have led to at least 2 of their goals. And the return of Aiden Haight in net has been quite the difference maker here. He has unofficially, I have him down for 7 saves. With 3 goals by Matty Betancourt and Matt Lindstrom with a goal, hustle play goal. So the Panthers come out of the timeout, work the ball to X. Trot Smith with some pretty good defense. That should be over and back, but refs let it play. Yep, so Tanners will get the ball. Oh, good defensive play there by Brad Griffin. Johnny Lucas picks up the loose ball. Ground balls have been a little bit of an issue as of late for the Tanners. So again, Tanners sitting at 7-8 and need to win 2 out of their last 3 to qualify for the state tournament. Probably will not make it through power rankings. They're currently ranked 40th. And another flag on the Panthers. Oh, and Jason Holden was standing in front of the net and just misses wide right. But the Tanners will be a man up. So Jason Holden, I'd say the last 2 or 3 games has been getting some significant playing time at attack. They've moved Derek Collins to midi. This team is, in case you haven't noticed, Coach, is a little thin at midi. So Jason has moved to attack and Derek to midi. Derek started off the season at attack.
Well, my gut tells me, my instincts tell me, if you get a kid named Holden and he's left-handed, you stick him down there at attack.
Yeah. Put him right in front of the net and see what happens. So, Tanners are a man up.
Is a shot by
Johnny
Johnny
Lucas.
Lucas, sticks it low and away.
Yeah, so that's what you can't do with Johnny.
Yeah, the difference between that shot and the couple others prior to that he missed, he really picked that one out.
Yeah,
he
hands
picked
were free,
out that spot. Yeah.
no one in his face.
Yeah.
Time, when you give him the time to wind up,
Yeah.
forget it. Forget it. I don't care who you are as a goalie. You don't have a chance on that low shot. So the Tanners push their lead to 5-1 with 3:57 left in the first half. We have Anthony Curcio going early. So Beverly will get possession.
Beverly's just going to show a sign of life. None
Yeah.
of these kids appear to be, overly excited to be out here. There's no sense of urgency at all, especially being down 4 goals.
So Beverly will work the ball to X, maybe. Nope. Malabaki will choose to bring it back out. And the other Malabaki will work, falls down and throws it, and it is picked up by Cam Smith. Yeah, so Beverly pretty content with this is the first real push towards the net that they've had in this possession. Good D by the Tanners. So Trot Smith working on.
I was trying to give number 20 a shout out there for his defense, but I can't find him on the roster.
So another goal by Malabaki. And that pushes the score to 5-2 Tanners. So it shouldn't be a surprise that Matt Malabaki can score. So I would assume in halftime we'll see some adjustments, and he might get a little bit of Johnny Lucas in the second half. So Johnny trying to get it to Jason Holden. And Beverly will pick up the loose ball. We have a offsides that is called. So the flag is down.
A couple of the parents chirping down here, Matt. We won't name any names.
Fans getting a little restless on the offsides call. So Mason Simpson will initiate the offense again.
These Beverly kids just they can't really run by the Peabody kids.
Nope. And the slides have been pretty good.
Oh, they're coming early,
And as
even
I
when
say
they
that-
don't necessarily need them.
Yeah. So a second flag. That looks like it might be on Smith. So we might have 2 men down with 1:22 to go. And it looks that way. So Tanners will have 4 defenders. I'm not sure who the other player for Peabody is that's in the box. But Trot Smith is definitely one of them.
So Matt, when you're 2 men down, it kind of makes things, easy from the offense, obviously, but from a decision-making standpoint, they're going to look to put the ball to the middle. Number 21 here, and he's just going to step in. And whichever one of our top 2 guys plays him, if it's Johnny, then the pass will go to number 19, and if it's the other side there, number 44, then the pass will go to the other side. So it's not really in a situation where you put in a play for or that you execute anything. You're really just reading and reacting.
Yep, sounds relatively simple. Oh,
not simple enough.
And that's going to be a push on Johnny, which, you know what, I'm okay with, because he was trying to clear that ball and ice this.
Ooh.
So good defensive play there.
Yeah, number 26,
Yeah.
Michael Ryan just took one for the team.
Yes, he did.
Oh, and there's a shot in the goal.
So Panthers get their 3rd goal. I believe that was number 19, Mason Simpson. So Tanner's lead is cut to 2, 5-3, with 50 seconds left in the first half.
Got ourselves a game.
Both teams back to even strength. This will be a big face-off here. Tanners need a little momentum killer here for Beverly. And they are not going to win it. We have a Ward? Is that what he called?
No, I think he called the
out of the
black
box?
defenseman for stepping over the restraining line, yeah.
Okay, so we have a procedure call. We'll take him any way we can get him. So the Tanners will be on offense for the last 30, hopefully 35 seconds of the first half. With the ball in Matty Betancourt's stick, it looks like.
Coaches maybe wish they had one of those timeouts left.
Well, you
Make sure
can't-
they get a good one here.
Can't blame him for the Danny Barrett timeout. He was in a tough spot.
Yeah.
So Danny will kick it. Goes to X. 10 seconds left on the clock.
Comes the redodge.
Oh, and it goes off the post and bounces out of bounds, but it's still a shot, and it will be. Yep. They gave
Yeah,
it to
Peabody got a good look there. Shot just hit off the goalie, then hit off the pipe.
And it looks like it'll be Panther ball, but the clock is showing 0, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the half.
Yeah, they're not even going to let them throw it in. So that will be the half, and at the half, Tanner's lead, the Beverly Panthers 5-3. We will be back shortly for the second half.
Offering state-of-the-art radio communications and security camera systems. DC Rentals is able to cater our system, scale it down to any size event, large or small. Our custom-built trailers are designed for fast deployment with full video and communication capabilities. We offer top-of-the-line Motorola and High-Terra dispatch and radio equipment, along with Telex and Zetron consoles. DC Rentals mobile command trailer is also available for special events or emergency. In addition, we provide individual and group training sessions on all of our equipment, as well as 24-hour customer service. DC Rentals can be reached at 781-289-3000 or on the internet at dcrentals.net. DC Rentals is a proud sponsor of Peabody TV.
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now? Yeah?
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
Well, you said make it big. No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger, the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this like deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day. He's an incredible companion and my best friend.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns, like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's going to be cool.
When I retired from the Navy, I found myself on a void in my life that had been filled by the people that I served with. Tommy really brought an important factor to my life. I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
I am what hunger looks like in America. I am an 8-year-old girl who's not excited for the last day of school. Because this may be the last time I'll have lunch. Till September. I am a single father of 2 who works 3 part-time jobs. And that's still not enough to put food on the table. I am a 16-year-old boy who just got my first job to help feed my little sisters. I was created by artificial intelligence from faces of the 1 in 8 Americans who struggle with hunger. People you pass by every day but never knew they were hungry.
Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Kids!
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency.
Kids, you all right?
This family's prepared. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Yep, we're here. We good? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to halftime of the Peabody boys lacrosse versus the Panthers of Beverly. Halftime score 5-3. Tanner goals, Matty Betancourt. 3 goals, Matt Lindstrom 1, and Johnny Lucas with a goal. Beverly Panthers, 2 goals by Matt Melabaki and a goal by Mason Simpson. Situation is that the Tanners have 3 games left. They win 2, they go to the tournament. Currently ranked 40th in the MIAA power rankings, and they are not going to get there with strength of schedule or rankings, so they have to do it the old-fashioned way. Lacrosse, you only play 18 games. You got to go 500, so they got to win 9. After tonight, they play Manchester Essex on Wednesday afternoon, and then Danish Cup against Bishop Fenwick on Friday. Beverly Panthers already in at 9-5, so they're looking to just improve their rankings, but hopefully not high enough where they get, I don't know, Coach. Top 12 teams I'd probably want to stay away from in Division I. So that is the current situation. I am Matt Smith, joined by Coach Brian Moak. Coach, thoughts on the first half?
It was a good half. I mean, 5-3 game. Nice night out here. I think Beverly had way too many penalties the first half. I'm sure they talked a lot about that at halftime. I think coming out in the second half, they're just going to try and find ways to generate some half-court offense outside of dodging up at the midfield. It wasn't overly effective for them the first half. Peabody, I think they just want to shoot the ball a little better, shot selection and shooting percentage, and I think they want to reduce any mistakes on the clear or turnovers. Maybe find a way to get their attack or more athletic players in the midfield involved in the clear a little better.
Yeah, so turnovers kind of plagued both squads there in the first half, especially Beverly in the first quarter.
Good to see Mr. Carboni still down there with the big camera.
Yeah, so he does a heck of a job taking pictures of every sport. So this is, other than the Danish Cup, which is a different story, this is technically the last home game for the Tanners. And before the game, they did honor the seniors, Danny Barrett, Anthony Curcio, Josh Lewis, Matt Lindstrom, John Minicello, Vinny O'Hara, Nick Salvati, Trot Smith, Ashton Sousa, and Connor Anesis. So Beverly will start the second half with possession of the ball. And they will, both teams will get some substitutions in offensively and defensively for the Tanners before the Panthers initiate their offense. So it looks like Peabody is content with putting a short stick on Melabaki, who has 2 goals in the first half. Johnny Lucas will stay on number 19, Mason Simpson, who has the the other goal for the Panthers. And again, Beverly will initiate from the top. Number 12, it looks like Connor Wallace. And he will shoot, and it is that is another save for Aiden Haight, who had an impressive first half, this being his first game back from a broken wrist.
You can tell Peabody just takes pride in their one-on-one defense.
So Beverly continues to work the ball around the perimeter, content to hold it for now until they get the matchup that they prefer. And that is another goal by Matt Malabaki, his third of the game, sort of a shovel goal. And they get to within one, 5-4 Tanners with 10:06 left in the second half. So Tanners have to make some defensive adjustments here against number 21, Matt Malabaki. Panthers will win the face-off again. They will get a touch, and then they will do their substitutions. So the Beverly coach is calling the play, Coach Reardon. They will get a screen. Simpson will swing it back to his left. James Silva gives it up to Aiden Sullivan. They go to X. Tanner's in a man-to-man situation. And they will shoot it wide right. That shot taken by Mason Simpson. But Beverly had a player at X, so they will retain possession. And again, work from X. Number 10, John Malabaki. And he will score from the X position and bring the score to a 5-5 tie. So Tanner's a little flat here to start the second half. With 8:55 left in the third quarter, score is now tied 5-5. Panthers have come back from a 5-1 deficit and have scored, I believe, 4 unanswered goals here. James Silva wins the face-off again. So again, the Panthers will get their substitutions. Silva will come off the field. And again, we'll initiate the offense from the top with a shot and a save on a redirect, I believe. Beverly is the closest one to the end line, so they will keep possession of the ball.
So I'm back, Matt. Sorry to leave you hanging.
That's okay, buddy. You got to do what you got to do. When you got to go, you got to go.
Looks like Beverly tied it up.
Yep, they did. On back-to-back plays from X. One a shovel shot. Both Malabaki scored. So time of possession definitely in the Panthers' favor to start this second half. Not a great clear there by the Tanners. So Brad Griffin will pick that off, get a touch, go back. Tanners need something big right here. They have to get a stop here, both for morale and the scoreboard.
Well, Beverly switched up their offense here. It looks like they're initiating from down low as opposed to up top with the midfielders. This is Cam Smith, their senior attackman, who Trott's been covering all game.
So Johnny Lucas with the steal. He gives up to Matty Betancourt, and this will definitely be a yellow situation here because the Tanners only have the 3 offensive attackmen down in the zone. Captain Danny Barrett calling for Matty to settle down a little bit, but Matty's going to initiate from X, kick it out to Danny. Little fumble there, but the Tanners keep possession. Matt Lindstrom, looks like his stick was checked a little bit, and that ball went high. Tanners need a good offensive possession here. Goal or no goal, they need a good possession, good shot.
Ooh.
So Matty Betancourt tries to make the move on Brad Griffin, and he poke checks him from behind. We have a little scrum here. Tanners jar it loose. And still no possession. Panthers get it, but it goes out the back of his stick, and the Tanners will keep the ball. So a little momentum change there.
Crowd started to get into it. On both sides.
Yeah, nice crowd here tonight. Better than those 4 o'clock games. So Connor Anesis will hold the ball at the top, waiting for his teammates to get into position. And he will dodge, go right. He is doubled. He will shoot, misses.
It's Barrett on the backup.
Looked a little casual there. But the Tanners will keep the ball. So that appears to be Matt Lindstrom.
Yeah, Lindstrom came to play tonight, it looks like.
Yep.
He's dodging hard.
Yep, I will say this. He plays hard.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that shot he just took.
Nope. Jason Holden there trying to snatch up the rebound, and it looks like, the Tanners somehow came up with it.
As Barrett moves it up top.
Oh, good dodge. And a goal. Connor Anesis. Good ride. That's what happens when you play hard right there. So with Anesis' goal, Tanners take the lead with 6-5 with 4:36 left in the third quarter.
That was a big goal just to stop the Beverly momentum.
Yeah, Connor Anesis quietly having a nice season. I say quietly because he hasn't gotten a lot of press. He hasn't doesn't show up a lot in the stat sheet, but he plays hard, plays good defense, always sprints back. Played midi pretty much the whole season, and has really done a nice job for the Tanners this year. So Beverly again settles, very deliberate in their offense. They will initiate from the top again. Good hustle by the Tanners to get to the end line first. So Trot Smith will start with the clear. He will throw an errant pass. I'm going to give him a shot on net for that. And Beverly immediately gives the ball back to the Tanners, and Connor Anise picks up the ground ball and sprints to X. Gives it up to Maddie Betancourt.
See, when you're the players, this is when you don't want to listen to the parents
Yeah.
in the stands telling you to go to the cage.
Yep. It's hard. So the Tanners looking to set up what looks to be a set play again, with Danny Barrett initiating the offense from the top. 2 in the front of the net. Connor Neese initially goes to set the screen. I don't know, Coach. I'm not a huge fan of setting screens in lacrosse. I feel like they never work. I feel like it's always an interference call. I don't know I know what a screen is in basketball, but I don't know what it is in lacrosse.
Well, they're using lacrosse at the college and pro level to get a matchup, right? You send a pick to a
just
guy,
the switch, yeah.
So you get the switch, and then you can maybe have a more favorable matchup against the person that just switched on to you, if that makes sense.
Yep. Nope. 100%, but I feel like it's called interference every time. So Panthers on a little bit of a fast break here, but slow it down. Mason Simpson will pull it out. Little confusion there. It looked like Beverly may have been offsides, but it's not called. And Beverly will call a timeout with 2 minutes left in the third quarter, down by 1, 6-5 Tanners. I think that's what the coaching staff there was asking for, was an offsides. I got to imagine as a referee, if you're that sideline referee, keeping track of the offsides and the substitutions, that's got to be a very difficult task.
Well, I'm sure it is.
I'm sure you've never had words with that sideline official.
No. Coach Kev always set a good example for me. So it was never a problem.
Well, I will say, since you brought him up, and Johnny Lucas's dad, Hank, this is the last...
This is Hank's last opportunity to yell at a ref?
Nope.
High?
I will say this junior and senior class, this is the last group that Coach Kevin Holden and Coach Hank Lucas had in the youth level. And
that's what's cool, and that's part of the reason why I got excited when you asked me to do this, is when you go down this roster, a lot of these kids have come to clinics of mine that we hosted, and others, coaches of this team. I coached in, 2009, 2010 when I coached with Kev and Coach O'Donnell.
Yep. You can't. The power and the influence of youth programs in lacrosse is huge. I know you coach my son, and just having quality youth coaches makes all the difference in the world, and it has showed. My biggest regret, or what I still lose sleep over, is that 2020 season. That was going to be something special for the Tanners. Lost to COVID, but there were some players on that team.
Oh yeah,
Colby Therian,
Patarelli,
Nick Patarelli, Nick Ritchie, and that team was going to do something special. So Beverly almost turns it over, but retains possession. That is tracked down by Aiden Sullivan, who will move it up to the top to number 19, Mason Simpson. Who is a big, strong kid, who has been consistently shadowed by Anthony Curcio, who Anthony has improved himself tremendously as a defensive midfielder. There was a time when he immediately came off the field, but now he consistently stays on.
All these Beverly players play very, very right-handed. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Yeah. So that shot is wide. I don't think that was a save. But Beverly was the closest to the end line, so they will retain possession. Beverly has had a clear advantage in time of possession in this third quarter.
You know, another thing that the Lucas boys have always brought to the table, Matt, is their communication.
Yep.
You know, Drew, if you watch him on TV, you can hear him from the behind your TV set. And
yeah.
Johnny, you can hear him from up here. They don't stop the whole game. It's always positive. It's always you know, directing traffic or assigning the right matchups. And when you have a player like that, especially if he's a goalie or your lead defenseman, it's like having another coach out there on the field with you.
So, back check, a quick turnover, but Johnny Lucas immediately picks up the loose ball. And he will look to go on the offensive and will shoot just wide, and that ball will stay Tanner possession. So for those of you who don't know, Peabody alum Drew Lucas, older brother of Johnny Lucas, played in the NCAA tournament yesterday against John Hopkins for the Bryant Bulldogs, Coach Molk's alma mater, and did not win the game, but quite an experience and something special to watch a kid you know personally who's been to your house on TV, on ESPN, and talked about by name by ESPN commentators.
I tell you, Matt, you and I do a beautiful job calling these games, but Quentin Kesnick, the guy that calls the games on ESPNU, is fantastic. He makes it such a great viewing experience.
Yeah, that's why I try to model myself after. So at the end of the third quarter, the Tanners have a 6-5 lead. The good news is that the Panthers absolutely destroyed the Tanners in time of possession in that third quarter, but the Tanners have the 1-goal lead coming out of the third quarter. So this has been the trend all year. Tanners have been in close games all year, and like I said, other than I think the 2 Marblehead games and the Masco game, have held their opponents to single-digit goals. They have, I want to say, 3 or 4 overtime games, one of which was Masco. So their defense has been consistent all year. Even with injuries, they were without Trot Smith for a month. They were without Vinny O'Hara for a game, who took a shot to the ribs and had to miss a game. And their defense has remained pretty consistent.
You know, and that probably made this little senior night even a little bit more special for those guys, knowing that they kind of stuck together through a lot of adversity this season, through all the injuries.
Yeah, yep. It's a close-knit group. They hang out a lot. I got several of them at my house on a consistent basis. It's a good group, and I'd love to see them make the tournament. Quick shout out. I know probably talking to Peabody High about St. John's Prep, but quick shout out to Coach John Pinchon and the St. John's Prep lacrosse team, who has gone back up to the number 1 power ranking. There is no better coach on the North Shore than Coach John Pinchon, and I know a lot of people hate on St. John's Prep, but that man deserves everything he gets.
Who hates on St. John's Prep?
Nah. No names. But he's one of the good guys.
Oh, the whole Pinchon family is as good of a lacrosse family as we've ever had on the North Shore.
So Anthony Curcio wins the faceoff to start the fourth quarter, which is huge at this point with the way Beverly has controlled the ball. And Beverly fans calling for a ward, and he might not be wrong. Lindstrom there with putting his offhand up a little bit high, but no call. Danny Barrett tries to initiate it, falls, picked up by Matty Betancourt, who will have one dodge, roll to his left, shoot, and score. So Matty Betancourt, who came to play tonight, scores his 4th goal of the night and pushes the Tanner lead back up to 7-5.
That was a big goal.
Big goal.
Yeah.
That was aggressive. He used both hands. That's what we've been looking for from Matty Betancourt all season. I don't think he knows it. This also talks to the type of kid he is. I don't think he wants to or thinks he knows he can take over a game, but he can. And I think a part of it is he doesn't want to seem selfish. But he can take over a lacrosse game.
Yeah, I never understood that. Not wanting not wanting to be selfish. No coach ever had to tell me twice to shoot.
Yeah. No coach ever had to tell me to shoot the 3 either. So procedure call there on the Tanners, and Beverly will get the ball on the turnover. And again, Beverly very deliberate to initiate the offense. Early slide, back to the point, and that is bounced high over the net.
Especially if you're your team's best scoring option, best attackman, whatever the case. I think these coaches should be trying to get that type of player 10 shots a game.
Yeah.
Right? Matty has, 4 goals tonight?
He does.
Probably shot the ball, 8 times maybe?
If that.
Yeah. So he's still got a few more in him.
So Tanner's deliberately sliding early here and forcing the Panthers into making quick decisions, and thus far has worked pretty well. Another save by Aiden.
See, these Peabody midfielders got to start working their way back to the goalie, just like that.
Yep. And so that clear. Number 3, Eli Loring, who has been primarily a defensive midfielder, but has track team speed, and is a one-man clear. So the Tanners do a nice job to clear it, making some substitutions here. Danny Barrett and Collins playing a little catch back and forth. Collins rolls back, goes to his right. Goes to X, to Lindstrom.
Lindstrom's coming hard around the cage.
He is, man. When he makes up his mind to go to the cage, he goes.
Oh.
It's like a little hook there.
Yeah,
both referees.
Call a hold on 20-something. 29 from Beverly. Nope, there is no 29.
Maybe 25.
Maybe.
Yep. Either way, Tanners will be on a man up regardless of what happens here.
This is a big opportunity for Peabody. I think they want to use every last second of this penalty if they could, just to get a high-quality shot.
So Connor Nesis with that last shot. Tanners will go man up here for, I'm assuming, a minute. So with 8:15 left in the fourth, Tanners lead 7-5. Led by Matty Betancourt with 4 goals. Who's been a bit of a man on a mission tonight. So hard shot there by Danny Barrett, but Bob Euchre said just a bit outside. So Johnny Lucas is again on the man up. Tanner's doing a nice job moving the ball. It's a good shot. Going to the net. I like it.
Yeah, they just had it on the wheel there. Looking for their right-handed shot. Now we're back to even strength.
So, yep. And Matt
let one fly from the top of the box. No dice. Peabody gets the ball back on another field clear by Beverly.
So Trot Smith there picks up the errant pass, Gives to Johnny, who goes to Maddie and hits the post. Wide open net, and he hits the post. But it bounces right to Johnny Lucas, who will wind up and fire wide. What a turn of events there. And did he give that to Beverly?
Yeah.
Wow. So, no Tanner there to back up the shot, and the ball will go to the Panthers, who immediately throw the ball out of bounds. So the clear has been a Achilles heel tonight for the Beverly Panthers. So Derek Collins will give it up to Connor, who will roll, settle things down. Danny Barrett will take a breath here. So 6:48 left. Tanners leading 7-5 over the visiting Beverly Panthers. Panthers are 9-5. Tanners are 7-8. To Maddie Betancourt at X. Maddie will roll. Good dodge. And a goal. So I have said this all season long, that Maddie Betancourt is as dangerous a passer as he is a scorer. Did you catch that goal, Coach? Was that Lindstrom?
Yeah, that was Lindstrom.
Okay.
Nice little, face dodge off the low right wing there, just to improve his shot a little bit, and he got one to go. Nice play by Peabody.
Yeah, so an assist by Maddie Betancourt, who, without question, leads the team in assists. He is as good a passer as he is a scorer. So with 6:16 left in the fourth quarter, Tanners push it to a 3-goal lead, 8-5 over the Panthers. The Tanners will travel to Manchester, Essex on Wednesday for a 4 o'clock afternoon game.
For whatever reason, this ref has them taking the face-offs right
So
right
I've
between the Bulls' nostrils.
Yeah, so I've been on the
center of the field.
I've been on the field, and there's no X there. For some reason, the officials have a real issue with not having the marked X on the. I don't know why they move it. Oh boy. So a little bit of a lapse there by the Tanners, and some confusion. And Brad Griffin walks right in, basically untouched.
Yeah, just maybe a failed communication there on the part of Peabody off the face-off. The long stick came away with it, and they caught Peabody off a little bit.
Yeah, no excuse for that one. That was a tough one. So credit to Beverly. They score their 6th goal of the game. Brad Griffin with his first of the night. And the Panthers are down 2 with 5:54 to go in the fourth quarter.
This face-off kid for Beverly's injured.
Yeah, he's limping off. James Silva limping off. That could be huge.
Did a great job on that last face-off, though.
Looked like the way he was moving, it looked like an ankle or a knee.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, he won the face-off, so Beverly will work the offense from the top. Looked like a save again. Goalie tried to come out and pancake it. And the Tanners will clear it, mishandled. Brad Griffin picks up the ground ball again. Tanners need to get this clear squared away. That was a lost opportunity there. So on the miscue on the clear, Panthers pick up on the turnover. We'll settle it down, and the refs will blow the whistle. It appears that in that last play, the net came off the line, so the referee will square it away. And put the, I'm not even sure where the ball is. Oh, there it is, top of the key. Good play by Smith to deflect it, pick up the loose ball. Oh, my God. Timeout. Tanner's a little trouble getting the ground ball here. Vinny O'Hara will put his 2 cents in. Push in the back. So Tanner's get away with one there. That was a bit of a fire drill. So,
it's like Beverly just took a timeout?
Is that even possible? They didn't have possession.
Yeah, I'm confused.
So, Tanner's had clear possession, but the referee clearly pointed to the Beverly bench. So, not sure who got the timeout there.
He pointed in Beverly's direction. That's what made me think that Beverly took the timeout.
Yeah, no question he did. That was clear as day up here. But regardless of live or dead ball, you can't call a timeout unless you have possession. So 4:17 in the fourth, and the Tanners lead 8-6 over the visiting Beverly Panthers. Again, prior to the game, the Tanners honored the seniors who, I guess, technically playing in their last home game, although on Friday, Bishop Fenwick will be here for the annual Danish Cup. Those seniors, we want to give a shout out again and recognize Danny Barrett, Anthony Curcio, Josh Lewis, Matt Lindstrom, John Minicello, Vinny O'Hara, Nick Salvati, Trot Smith, Ashton Sousa, and Connor Anesis. Good luck, boys. I know some of you...
Yeah, any of these boys on their way to play at the next level, Matt?
Well, Danny Barrett's going to play football at Endicott. I know that. Anthony Curcio is going to use his brain and go to WPI and I think be an engineer. It's always a smart move. And Trot Smith is going to University of New England to play lacrosse next year.
That's great.
I actually think Trot was passing to the right player, but was intercepted. We have a little offense by accident.
Oh.
And again, Matty Betancourt standing pretty much by himself at the top of the key, just misses the net.
You know, there's 4 minutes, Matt. It's 8-6. It's a 2-goal game. Peabody's going to be smart with the ball here. You know.
So in basketball, we call that time and situation. So Jason Holden in the game at attack.
You know, in lacrosse, we call it "don't screw the pooch."
Well,
nobody calls it that. I was just trying to make a joke. It wasn't good.
Oh, and a shot by number 20, who I don't even see on my sheet here, Coach. For
yeah,
Peabody.
I was trying to figure that out earlier. Maybe he's a freshman that just got brought up recently.
So I apologize. I'm not sure who number 20 is. But there was a shot and a save there. So Beverly, a little helter-skelter there. Will call a much-needed timeout with 3:21 left in the fourth quarter. Down 2.
Is that their last timeout too, I wonder?
No, I think that is their first timeout.
No, they just took one of that clear, remember?
Yeah, assuming that was Beverly's, that would be their last timeout, but we're a little unsure on who actually called the last timeout because Tanners had possession, but referees pointed towards Beverly's bench, so not really sure. So again, currently the Tanners are, as far as the MIAA is concerned, at a power ranking of 40, which as a ranking doesn't get them in the tournament, but if you go 500 in any sport, doesn't matter what it is, you automatically qualify regardless of what your power ranking is. Power ranking based on strength of schedule, win or loss deficit, and record.
So break it down for us. What does PB need to do to have a shot? We have to win 3 out of the last 4 here?
2 out of the last 3 they need to win. To qualify, they will be 500 with 9 wins. They only play
So the
18.
Manchester-Essex game, is that winnable?
That is winnable.
The Bishop Fenwick, same thing?
And I'll say this till the day I die, that the Fenwick game is always winnable.
Yeah.
Just no disrespect to Fenwick, but the Tanners have had their number the last couple of years in the Danish Cup. Beverly has already qualified with a record of 9-5, so they're just looking to improve their power rankings and somehow stay away from those top 10 teams. Beverly might make it on ranking. Be one of the top 32. Then you don't have to play a playing game. So Beverly will come out of the timeout, work the ball to X. Tanners have played very good defense this second half. Beverly has not had a ton of shots. Little fumble there by Beverly. Whoa. Yeah, let's not get ahead of speed here. Anthony Curcio playing defense on the ball. I believe that's one of the Melibaki brothers who goes around, and he pays the price. Melibaki pays the price. I'm not sure what the call is, but it looks like Beverly will keep possession. My guess is that was probably a push in the back. So Vinny O'Hara will start on the ball. Vinny's had an excellent season this year. Anthony Curcio with the early slide and forces the pass back out around the horn. And I'm going to give Aiden that save.
Yeah, why not?
Heck of a game he's had for the first time out this season. So Vinny O'Hara will start on the ball. That is Gavin Lawrence, who has been very quiet. Very, very quiet. Oh boy. So I think that was just a trip by Vinny O'Hara and pushed him in the back. No flag. Referees, are they talking about whether he had possession?
Yeah,
or not?
you know, in the defense of these two referees, there's been a few different calls tonight that really could have, you know, you either could have called them or swallowed the whistle, kind of right on the border of that situation.
So it looks like they are going to send Vinny O'Hara off for a push in the back with possession. The Peabody contingency not happy with the call and didn't
they
think
put him in the penalty box?
Yeah, they did.
Well, there was no flag thrown.
Nope.
And then he stopped play right away when he blew the whistle, so that was kind of weird.
So Beverly will be a man up for about the next 45 seconds. There is a minute 30 left in the game. Tanners are up 2. This is a very big possession here for the Tanners. And a shot wide by number 19, Mason Simpson.
Yeah, these Beverly seniors or, you know, go-to players, 19, 21, they're going to be looking for their shot here, right?
Yeah.
Late in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no question on who's taking these shots to end this game here. Oh. So we do have a little bit of a scrum there, but the Tanners come up with the ball. Peabody very physical in the defensive end.
You know, that was a big-time clear by Johnny Lucas.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, Tanners need to be careful here and just walk away. So,
big-time clear. It might have actually, you know, kind of be the nail in this coffin here, Matt. It's just Johnny picking up that ground ball and getting it into a blue jersey stick down the other end.
So Tanner's very, very physical. You could hear the Beverly parents wanted a flag on I'm going to guess, number 25, Smith. But number of Tanners in there made their presence felt on that ground ball. And that's what Beverly coach Matt Reardon is probably having a conversation about. But nonetheless, no flag is thrown. So it's 50 seconds left in the game. Tanner's up 8-6 with the ball. So, and that Tanner's did take the timeout, which is a good timeout there to regroup and get themselves together here. Are we in the box here, Coach? They have to keep it in? 50 seconds left?
Yeah.
So, there is you could see at home a blue line there that runs right along the yardage markers on the football field and goes along the 30-yard line. And under 2 minutes, with a close game, the offensive team has to keep it in.
After they step it in, there's some time to be spent before they touch it in the box as well.
Yep. So Matty Bettencourt is now in, and will try and run this clock out, but now has to keep it in that box. And if he comes out, that will be a turnover.
So it's a lot of like some other sports. We call it the 2-minute drill. Right? You're either going to be up, down, and you practice for all these situations.
So the Tanner's with an errant pass, and they get an over and back, and a shot.
Beverly's going to have the ball with 23 seconds to go, down 2 goals.
So Tanner's need to make one last defensive stand here. Vinny O'Hara pokes it away. And there will be a flag. So they might as well just push him out of bounds here. I don't know what he's doing. Leave it. So the Tanners pull out the... So unbelievable turn of events here. Peabody gets a flag called. Beverly throws an errant pass and doesn't go and pick it up, and the referees don't blow the turnover. So the Tanners smartly leave it alone, and the clock runs out, and the Tanners win 8-6.
Hey, Coach Kev saw that.
I heard him.
You heard him screaming over here to leave it alone.
Unbelievable ending to the
Coach
game.
Kev, good call.
So the Tanners pull out the win over Beverly 8-6, push their record to 8-8. Unbelievable win. Matty Bettencourt, 4 goals. Matt Lindstrom, 2 goals. Johnny Lucas with a goal, and Connor Anesis with a goal, and the Tanners pull it out. Unbelievable win. Great job, Coach. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, this was great. Thanks for having me. And we'll see you on this Friday night.
We'll see you Friday night. Thanks, everyone.
Good night.